everyone, we're in language again today. You have a quiz today. I figured we could review real quick before you take your quiz. So it's correct word usage, just like the video yesterday. I might have been totally clear with it, so I hope I can clear up any questions you might have before you take your actual quiz today. So I have 3 sentences on the board. Each of these sentences has something wrong with it. On your quiz, your directions are: each sentence has one error in the use of verbs, pronouns, or modifiers. You're going to circle the error, write the correction in the blank. Okay? So let's look at this first sentence. He and Benjamin had ran 15 miles of the marathon. Well, let's think about it. He and Benjamin had ran 15 miles of the marathon. Does ran sound really good in that sentence? Ran? Could we have another word? How about run? He and Benjamin had run 15 miles of the marathon. That makes it flow a little better, sound a little better. Alright, Alex and me painted the dog's house. Well, that should be whenever you see this, it always should be I, Alex and I, Bob and I, whoever. When you have someone's name in front and then you should not put me. It should always be I. I could have eaten a horse. How about I could have ate a horse? Sounds a lot better. So I want you to look in your book, your language book, on page 75. And it says using correct pronouns. And that's one of the things that you had to correct. Right here was a pronoun. It says, and it talks about when it's in a compound sentence or when it's in a regular sentence, but let's just listen. On page 75 in your language book, in the blue box, it says when a pronoun is part of a compound subject, it is helpful to try the pronoun alone in the sentence. So this is a compound subject. You have 2 subjects, Alex and I. The correct choice will then be very obvious. It says Caleb. So the sentence in your book says Caleb and me, or Caleb and practiced all morning. Is it me practiced all morning or I practiced all morning? Which one makes more sense? I. That's like if you took Alex out and you just put me painted the dog's house. Are you really going to say that? No, you're going to say I painted the dog's house. So take out that first word and then if it makes sense with me or I. The same technique will also be helpful when a pronoun is followed by a noun called a positive. Like, let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so you have us girls were first in line, we girls were first in line. Well, which one makes more sense? Is it us girls were first in line, or we girls were first in line? It should be we. Okay, give the football to we boys or give the football to us boys? Give the football to us boys. So that is your using correct pronouns. So if you want to go over how to use pronouns correctly, that's on page 75. And also, pronouns are on page 307 if you still have your handbook in the back of your book, which some of you I don't think do. So it says in the back of your book, pronouns. It starts at the bottom of page 307, and it tells you other page numbers that you can go and find information about pronouns. Okay? I want to show you another sentence that has modifiers in it, because that's something else that you have to correct. So I'm going to write, okay, there's one sentence. Okay, so look at this sentence. Little boy smiled for the picture. Are you going to say little boy smiled sweet for the picture, or little boy smiled sweetly for the picture? Sweetly for the picture. If you're given options like this, you should always read both of them and see which one makes more sense. Now on your quiz, you don't have this option. You actually have to find the error and correct the error without it. So you can, so your modifiers, so listen to this sentence. Adam can do 30 sit-ups easy. Adam can do 30 sit-ups easily. Mary did real good on her English test, or Mary did really well on her English test. Really well. Usually, and then, okay, Moses wouldn't never enter the promised land. Moses wouldn't ever enter the promised land. So those are your modifiers. They kind of help the sentence make more sense. And then we went over your verb usage. The verb usage is either on page 305 in your handbook or page 23, words, which ones are right and which ones are correct, and how to use those verbs. So that's the little refresher for your quiz. If you have any more questions before you take your quiz, text me, email me, have your parent call me, and I can maybe send you some more notes to clarify what you're doing, or find something in your language book that will help you that we did earlier in the year. So I hope you do well on your quiz. Good luck, and I will wait. Hopefully I'll get to see you next time. Bye, class.